Hello, this is Priscilla, and welcome to the Conversational Hour. I hope that you will enjoy your time here, learn a lot, and use the strategies that I will present to you in class. Hello, Nasib. How are you? And hello, Matthias. How are you?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can hear you perfectly.
Yeah, okay.
Unfortunately, unfortunately, my camera isn't working. Well, it's not my camera. It's something about my computer. I
Uh-huh.
can't. I'm getting a kaleidoscope when I show my visual,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know exactly how to correct that, and I'm waiting for the technicians to call me back so
Okay.
that my visual will come up.
Mm-hmm.
Until then, it's okay. We can just talk and enjoy today's session
Yeah.
and have a great time. And is that Nisib? Can you pronounce your name for me?
Yeah.
N-E-C.
Mateus.
Okay, Matthews. Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, great. Excellent. So where are you calling from today, Matthews?
Yes. Didn't hear.
Yes, where are you calling from?
Oh.
What country?
Now I'm in United States.
Oh, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you in the United States?
Maryland. It's next to Washington.
Yay! Guess where I'm going next week? I'm coming to Maryland next week
Oh,
for our
good.
family reunion. Let's see. Well, it's my boyfriend's, so I don't know exactly where it is, but it is there. So maybe if I see you on the street, I'll say, "Hey, Matthew, I'm only going to be there for 2 days. We're pretty much staying. The family reunion is in the hotel, so we won't be
Mm-hmm.
going out. But I think there's a
Oh.
beach there. I don't think I'm going to the beach though. But it's nice to know that I'm going someplace where one of my
Yeah.
students are. So, how long were you born here in the States, or?
Oh. I'm from Brazil.
Okay, you're from Brazil. Well, your English is perfect.
Thank you.
I do not detect any accent or anything at all. So, can you speak Portuguese?
Uh-huh.
Okay. You know what you should do? You should get your parents to give you permission to be a teacher on Verbling. Of course, I don't know if you have to be 18. I know you probably do,
Yeah.
but it's perfect. So when you
Thank
turn
you.
18, let
Mm-hmm.
this be where you start making your money.
All right.
Honestly, remember, and when you make a lot of money, remember that Priscilla told you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to
So
meet
let
you
us
too.
talk to Nisib. Nisib, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm awesome. And where are you calling in today from?
From France.
From France. I imagine
Yeah,
you speak French.
of course.
Pa- Parlez-vous français?
Je parle très bien français.
Très bien.
Oui.
N'est-ce pas? When I was in high school, I had to take French, and I know not what I say other than bonjour,
Oh,
bonjour,
come on.
madame, bonjour, and but I guess like everything else, if I work with it, it will come back to me. But for
Yeah, I
now,
think yes.
but it's nice to meet you both. So
Thanks.
let me tell you a little bit about what a conversational English coach does. A conversational English coach does just that. If you've ever played sports, you probably had a coach that told you what he or she felt was the best thing for you to do in order to be the best athlete in that discipline. Now, let me give you an example. If you played basketball, you did not need a football coach. If you were a ballerina, you did not need a swimming coach. So, if you want a conversational English coach, please tell me that you're not looking for a grammar coach, because that is not what I am. I may say a lot of things that are grammatically incorrect, but I will make sure that you can speak and understand conversational English. You will understand the intent of the person that is speaking with you, and you will be able to do this quickly without thinking in your native tongue. All right. Now, let's see who else do we have here. Hello, Savio. Savio, how are
Yes,
you?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
I'm doing awesome. It's nice to meet you, Savio. And where
Nice
are
to
you?
meet you too.
And what country are you coming from today, Savio?
Okay, I'm from Brazil.
Ah, so you should meet Mathis.
Yeah.
Mathis is
Mateus.
Matthews.
Mateus,
Yeah.
I
Matthews
think
is
so. I live in São Paulo state. Where you live, Mateus? Where do
Like
you live?
now I'm in United States, but I'm from Brazil.
I'm from, okay.
okay. So this is
Very nice.
exciting. This is exciting. Hello, Wislaw. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Hello.
We just had a wonderful session together, Wislaw and I. So he's going to introduce to you a lot of exciting things that we're going to do in class today together. Oh, and there's Bruno. Hi, Bruno. Hi, Bruno. Unmute your microphone, Bruno, and say hello. Bruno, unmute your microphone. Bruno should be studying, but I guess he's
Can you
still.
hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now. So you're
I'm
still in.
sorry, it was, loading.
Okay, that's all right.
Okay.
Well, I can hear you now.
Okay.
So Bruno, you're taking some time away. You're stealing some time away to come here and not study. I will forgive you because this will be a lot more fun. Today's topic is crystal ball and fortune teller. And let me pull up today's lesson for us. And it's on the screen now. And I can close this window and go over to crystal ball and share my screen. Okay, this is going to be exciting. How many of you, and it's not Bruno, it's not Matthews, it's not Savio, I don't know you, and I don't know Nasib, but I've listened to Matthews talk just for a second, so I know he can understand me very well. Nasib, how is your conversational English? Are you able to speak and understand all right?
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay, Nasib, can you read all of those words going across the top for me? I want to hear.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Crystal, supernatural, mystical, crystallomancy, palmistry, palm, the tarot, interpreting, strength, weaknesses, personality, shape, observation, formation, gypsy, astrological, cards, belly button, fortune teller, hatched, mold. That's it, I think. Did you hear me?
We can't hear you, Priscilla.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have a beach in your country? Nasib, is there a beach in your country?
Yes.
And what country are you from?
I'm from France.
Okay, well, I know there's a beach there. You said this word. This word is belly button. So I know all the girls that go to the beach, they show their belly button, right?
Okay.
So can you say belly button?
Belly button.
Great. Savio, could you read those words for me?
Yes, I have to continue in palmistry or belly button.
What is your question?
Where I have to continue.
Oh, at the beginning, crystal.
Okay. Crystal, interpreting, gypsy, supernatural, straits, astrological, mystical, weakness, cards, crystallomancy, personality, belly button, palmistry, shape, fortune teller, palm, observation, hatchet, tarot, formation, mod.
Okay, thank you. Now we have a large class today, so I'm going to give each of you a number. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so here are your numbers. When you hear your numbers, you will read for me, okay? We will start with number 2, and then we will go to number 3, then we will go to number 4, then we go to number 5, and start over again if we need to. Number 2 is going to be Nasib, 3 is Savio, 4 is Wislaw, 5 is Adela, 6 is Bruno, and 7 is Matthews. Okay? Are you ready?
Okay.
Number 2.
So I start now.
Yes, please.
Okay. Fortune telling is the practice of predicting the future, usually of an individual, through mystical or supernatural means. Common methods used in fortune telling include astrology, tarot card reading, crystallomancy, reading of a crystal sphere, and palmistry. Are you interested in having someone read your palm? Would you like to take your chance with tarot cards? Would you like to visit an old-fashioned gypsy fortune teller who looks into a crystal ball and sees everything?
Okay, fantastic. Nice reading. And welcome, Narelle. Narelle, your
Thanks.
number will be number 1. And thank you, Nasib, for great reading. Are there any words in this section that you don't know?
I didn't know crystallomancy, but now I know because
Okay.
it's written.
Okay. All right. And what about everyone else? Does everyone know what all of these words mean up here?
I don't know the word hatchet.
Hatchet.
Yeah.
Okay. Crystal, interpreting, supernatural strength,
In
astrological cards.
No, hatchet.
Oh, hatchet. Okay, a hatchet is like an axe or something to cut with.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Anyone else? If not, we're going to number 3. Number 3.
Just a second, Priscilla. When it says, would you like to visit an old-fashioned gypsy fortune teller? In this old-fashioned gypsy, it means what? What does that mean?
Well, I would say maybe like 100, like 100 years ago. 100, no, not necessarily old, but yeah, old-fashioned. 100 years ago, a gypsy might have something on her head and long fingernails and tattoos. But today's gypsy may look just like your regular people with regular street clothes, and you go into an office and you sit down behind the chair, you give them a check, and they tell you what they want to tell you. I think I'd prefer to have the old-fashioned one. I'd like to have the mystique of the person looking like they don't look like me. I want them to look like they came from the dark.
Yeah, I got it.
But who knows? Okay, so that's what an old-fashioned gypsy fortune teller is. Number 3, that will be Savio.
It's my turn. Yeah, it's my turn. There are many different forms of physical art and different kinds of fortune telling methods.
And this is psychic.
Psychic.
Yeah.
Okay. For example, palmistry is a method of interpretation the shape of the hands and the lines of the palm to determine your character and life experience. One type of palmistry attempts to tell your future by reading the lines on the palm of your hand. Another type of palmistry tries to read the strengths and weakness of your personality from the shape of your hand.
Okay, good. Now, there was a few mispronounced words. Psychic, interpreting, not interpretation, but interpreting.
Interpreting.
And determine.
Determine.
Great. Okay. Any questions in here, anyone?
No,
Okay.
I think no.
Number 1. Yes,
Can I ask you?
of course.
One type of palmistry attempts uh, to your future by reading lines. No. What is the meaning of attempts?
Well, what does the word attempt mean? The word
Yeah,
attempt means to try.
to try.
Hmm
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. Number one, Adela. Hi, Adela. Hello, Adela. It is your turn. Adela, unmute your microphone. Adela, unmute your microphone. You're number one, Adela. Adela, please read. Adela, are you there? All right, if Adela doesn't answer in just about 5 seconds, I will read for her. Adela, please read and unmute your microphone. All right, I will read for Adela. No, I won't. Let us go to 7. 7. Matthew.
Me? Hi.
Yes.
Okay. Other forms of fortune telling include the observation of the wind currents and cloud formation, interpreting the damage when a hatchet is smacked into a table, reading smoke, tea leaves, or coffee grains, uh, reading the holes or mold in the cheese, and even interpreting the lines in your belly button.
Okay, great. This word is damage.
Oh,
Damage.
damage.
And what does the word damage mean?
Like
Matthew?
hurt or something like this.
Right. Or destroy. The word smacked. Smacked into a table. When a hatchet smacked into a table, what is smacked?
I guess it's like hit, isn't
Yes, that is correct. And what is a hatchet?
it? Yeah, like an axe or something to cut.
Very, very good. And this is coffee grinds. Coffee grinds.
Grinds. Okay, coffee grinds.
And what are coffee grinds?
I don't know.
Okay, do your parents drink coffee? And they probably get the coffee out of a container. It's brown. Those are grinds. You might call them grounds, but I call them grinds. Coffee grinds. It's a bean. It's a bean that has been chopped up. Okay.
Okay.
Number 4. Wisla, you're number 4. Let's see if Wisla is still here. Wisla. I don't see Wisla. Adela, are you back? Adela, are you here? Adela, are you? Would you read?
She has a problem with the micro.
Okay, thank you. So we're going to go back to number 2. We go back to number 2. Okay. Number 2 is Nasib. Nasib, could you read for us?
Okay. A psychic is someone who claims to have paranormal or supernatural powers that he or she uses to answer your question or make observation about you. The psychic might simply look you over and start talking, or they may use props or aids such as tarot cards, astrological charts, your palm, or pieces of jewelry or metal that has been against your skin. Readings can focus on issues of the past, present, or future and are offered in various degrees of details and complexity.
Okay. Any questions about what you read?
Let me just see now. No, it's okay. I can understand.
Okay, this word is pronounced jewelry. Jewel. It's more like J-U-E-L. Jewelry. Or J-E-L-R-E. Jewelry. Okay?
Okay.
Can I hear you say it?
Jewelry.
Great, perfect.
Okay, thanks.
Number 5. Okay, Adela, she's not back. Let's go with number 3. 3 would be Sabia.
Yeah, was my number was number 2.
Okay, then.
I have you ready before.
Okay, then it's going to be.
I think it was mine. No?
Okay. Well, what number are you? What number?
I'm not sure. Number 5? No? Or number
Okay.
1? I'm not.
Okay. Well, you have to remember. Okay, read number 5. Read number 5.
Okay, visiting a psychic can be a lot of fun. How much of it you take seriously is up to you. However, it can be interesting to hear what someone who doesn't know you has to say about you and about your life. Most people who take psychics seriously often don't use them for predicting the future, but use them as an aid in expanding the way they view themselves and or their possibilities for the future. They see fortune tellers as advice or suggestion givers rather than actually predicting what will happen in the future.
Okay. Any questions about what you just read?
Oh, no.
Okay. So I am going to read this entire thing, but before I do that, I'm going to come back.
Yes.
And welcome. Did everybody get to read something? Narelle, did you get to read?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, good. Now, this is a wonderfully large class with a lot of students that I have not seen before, and you may find that the next activity is going to be a little disconcerting. The word disconcerting means you're going to be put into the idiom, the hot seat. So the hot seat is an idiom. Being in the hot seat means that you're going to be asked to do something that you're going to say, I can't do that, but I want to tell you before you say you can't do that, please, please, please do not say I can't do that. The reason I don't want you to say you can't do that is because your brain is listening. And just as soon as you tell your brain that you can't do it, you are not going to be able to do it. So I want everybody to raise their right hand right now. Raise your right hand. Come on, Matthews. Let me see your hand. Everybody else, I know everybody has their hand up. Say, I can do this. Everybody.
I can do
I
this.
can do this.
I can do this. All right.
I can do this.
I can do this.
I can do
All
this.
right. All right. Okay, now put your hands down. Put your hands down. And I'm going to do it first because I know all of you can do it. All right. Now I'm going back to screen share to show you what all of you have agreed to do. And not any one of you are going to say that you can't do this. We've all looked at these words and we all know what these words are. And I'm going to tell you what they are again. Crystal can be a crystal ball. Tarot is like a card, like a deck of cards, but they probably have bones on them. They probably have skeletons on them. I'm not exactly sure, but it has to do with a crystal ball. Now, I'm going to ask everybody to come up with their own idiom, whatever idiom you want to use. I want you to come up with an idiom, and I'm going to use an idiom named asleep at the wheel. That's my idiom for today. Asleep at wheel means is something goes wrong because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. That is called asleep at the wheel. All right. Now I'm going to look at all of these words and I'm going to retell this story or some form of this story, or I'm going to make up my own story. And I'm going to use all of these words. I want you all to listen because each of you will be doing the same thing. Here we go. It wasn't long ago when, it was my turn to wash the dishes and cook dinner. And I said to myself, Self, Take a nap. Your mother won't even know. So Self did exactly that. I went to sleep and I burned the dinner. And of course, I was asleep at the wheel because I burnt the dinner. If my mother had known that when she went to see the psychic that that crystal ball wasn't even going to work, she would know that those supernatural powers were not something that she should even bother with. It was my weakness that caused me to be asleep at the wheel. I had stayed up all night observing what my boyfriend was going to do for my birthday. He had told me that he had gone to a palm reader and he was going to get me something very, very nice. So I asked him, did he visit a palmistry or was it a person that was a crystallomancy person? And he said he wouldn't tell me because my personality would not let it be. I would just keep asking him questions. So I myself went to a fortune teller, but she read cards, and she had lots of tarot cards. And she asked me to bring some mold from my house from the cheese that was in the refrigerator. And I did. And the fortune teller said, now, she wanted me to sit very quietly, and she was going to assess my strengths. As she assessed my strengths, I looked at her hands and I thought, her hands has a nice formation to them, and I loved her fingernails. It was then that I noticed the hatchet on the wall, and I thought, what on earth is she going to do with that? And she saw me looking at it, and she said, oh, don't worry. That's just the shape of something that I used before. I won't use that today. I started to try to interpret what her next move was because she was acting very suspicious. She made me think of the gypsies of the old days. She asked me my astrological sign, and I told her that I was a Libra. She asked me to count out 5 cards, and I did. And she said very mysteriously, the mystical card has something favorable for you. And then I asked, what's wrong with my belly button? Okay, that was my story. Who would like? Okay, so who is up next with their story? Who would like to go first? It doesn't have to make sense, but you have to get through it because you all promised that you would do it. Okay, I can call on you. Okay, I'm going to make it easy. Number 1, since it's already there. Who is number 1? But first, give me your idiom. Number 1, what is your idiom? That would be Narelle. You are number 1, Narelle. What
Okay.
is your idiom? What is your idiom?
My idiom, I just learned it in your class
Okay.
2 hours ago.
Okay.
And is excellence without excuses.
Great. Excellence without excuses. And what does that
Yes.
mean? And what does it mean?
That means do your best and you do not need to excuse.
Very good. So you're going to do your best without making excuse. If your best is not successful, it is still, you can only do as good as you can do. So you always give your best. Okay, fantastic. You are ready. We are ready to listen.
Yeah, it was a few years ago when I was in pharmacy school, and I had this really hard exam in my chemistry lab. And then when I left after the exam, I meet with a gypsy woman on the street. So, and I asked her, please tell me if I am going to pass this exam. It's very important for me. And because I told her I didn't prepare well. So she told me, excellence without excuses.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
And she didn't tell me about the future. So I kept going and I asked myself, do I go to see a crystal Nancy or a palm tree? Then I was thinking, and then I decided to go and see a crystal Nancy. Is that no? Okay.
That's good enough.
Yes. And once I was there, once I was there, it was so strange because that woman really read my strengths and my weaknesses as soon as I was there. She told me that I wasn't, I didn't wear, that I have a strange personality
Mm-hmm.
because I am there even though I don't believe on her.
Mm-hmm.
And well, she criticized my shape. Uh,
Continue.
and also my belly button because I was wearing a shirt that show my belly. And okay, then I didn't like her, so I went and see a fortune teller, and uh, that woman was reading the future using tarot cards. I really like that because she was telling me all the observation and the formation that are going to happen in my life. Then she told me about the supernatural background, astrological background, and how she did this, and how she read people's minds, all the interpreting things that I really needed to understand. And I felt like I was like as a piece of molded cheese sitting, sitting on the chair and waiting to hatch some eggs.
Okay, excellent. Again, the sillier the story, the more you will remember. The goal is to keep you talking and thinking in English. Number 2, Nasib, are you
Thank
still
you.
with us? Nasib, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm
Nasib,
here. Yeah, I'm
okay.
here.
And what is your idiom, please?
Turn your back on.
Turn your back on? Okay, great. Turn your back on. Okay,
Yes.
you may start.
Okay. I always wanted to have supernatural power. So what's happened? I have heard once that a guy on the street give power to people for free. He asked
Mm,
nothing. He asked nothing in return. So I went to him to ask him to give me one power, one supernatural power. But unfortunately, he said yes at first, but then turned his back on me.
okay.
And after that, I have decided to find my own way to have supernatural power. So I tried to ask many people. Some of them told me that I do not need to do so. I just need to pretend to read the future by using crystallomancy and having mystical power. The problem is that I didn't like this kind of power because it was not this kind of power I want. I mean, I really wanted to be a superhero, so it was not something that I wanted. But after all, I said, why not? And maybe I can do some money with that. So I decided to learn how to use tarot and how to be a fortune teller. But I have some weaknesses. I was very shy and unable to talk directly, I mean, straight with people. And I was, my personality was wasn't wasn't very astrological. And
You're doing great.
but
You're doing great. Continue. You're doing.
okay, thanks. I'm trying. Okay, but with some observation and formation, I was able to practice this, and I had the opportunity to see many people, and even Gypsy, and even Gypsy. The Gypsy Gypsy people were the best in interpreting the future and using using cards to do so, and there were lack of imagination. I forgot the meaning of palmistry.
You're reading your palm. You're looking in your hand and reading your palm.
Okay, thanks. Gypsy were very strong at palmistry. They were able to read palm. They had this strength, and okay, and
Where is a belly button located?
sorry, what did you say?
Where is your belly button located? Where is your belly button located? On your stomach?
Yes, it's on my stomach.
Okay, so it's a part of your shape.
Okay, yeah, nice, yeah. I could say the shape of my belly button is round, maybe.
Okay,
Circular.
good. Good. Okay.
And I also forgot the meaning of hatchet.
It's like a knife or something that you can cut wood with, a blade.
Okay, thanks. What could I say?
You use the hatchet to cut something.
Okay, to cut a crystal.
Okay, good.
And
last one.
mold. Okay, I use it now.
Okay. What is it? Use mold. Oh, you just said it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3. Okay, what is your idiom? Number 3. What is your idiom? Is number 3 here?
I think it's me.
Okay, number 3 should be Savia.
Yes.
Okay, what's your idiom?
Okay. For example, it's raining cats and doggies.
Okay. You may start.
Okay, teacher. Sorry that I don't have a good English. However, I will try.
Did you not raise your hand? Let's
Sorry.
go.
I put your hands up.
Let's go.
However,
Go.
my fingers
Go.
was crossed.
Oh Lord, he crossed his fingers. Okay, go. So everybody
Okay.
can go.
Okay. One night happened a mystery fact near from my house. I saw a gypsy running on the street. I thought that man with his wife just a fortune teller that they running together for everywhere from my seat. One day a cause supernatural happened. A cause supernatural happens. A mystical fact, just like astrological mixed with crystallophamancy, performed from from him. Uh, he had a good ability for interpretation, reading college palmistry. He asked for every people to read his damn poems, and I look at it. I I I took observation and observation of this shape of man that he's like a strong and I don't know because every time is he had a hashtag with him. I don't know why. He had a hashtag for everywhere that you running on the street. One day, I when I go out from my house, I look at a card turret on the floor. The mode of this card show showed a belly button on this face of this card. I didn't understand of the reason that this card happened from in front of from my house. However, the mode of this card was like a rectangular, and its formation was a little odd. Was a little odd. Okay, after that happened, this factor, I come in from my house and asked to my wife about it. She answered me that with my personality was a strange, and the my strength and weakness was balancing with me during every time of my life. So it's hard.
What about the cats and dogs? What about your idiom? You never use your idiom. Use your idiom.
So sorry, but I had involved of the story that I forgot to use
Okay.
the
Okay, number
idioms.
4. Okay, that's okay. You did great. You did great. 4 is Wisla. Wisla, are you still here? Wisla? Okay, because we're coming up to the end of the hour. All right, number 5, Adela. Did you go, Adela? Adela? Number 6, Bruno.
No, I haven't. Lisa, just a quick question. Mode's an
No,
adjective
no,
or a noun?
no, no. This is not a
Or a
grammar.
noun?
It's not a
Or a
grammar
noun?
class.
Oh, come
Matthew.
on. Okay.
Matthew, number 7. Matthew, number 7.
Me?
Matthew.
Yeah,
Matthew.
okay. Me right now? Okay.
I want your idiom first, Matthew.
Mm, can be like never stop dreaming.
Okay, never stop dreaming.
Like the history need to be like about me or just
It's whatever you want it to be.
okay.
It's whatever you want. Whenever you're ready, you may start.
Okay. Okay. One day there was a guy like a really poor guy, and but his strength was like he knew how to play music, how to play like guitar and that stuff. He used this to get money, but yeah, but he was really poor. He had a really bad shirt that shows his belly button, and and then one day he saw gypsy woman, and he asked her about his future, because he had many dreams. He would be a lot of things in his life, but he didn't have money. He was really poor. So she has a really weird personality, because her face is really weird and that stuff, and her clothes. And um, she said, "Come to my house. I will read my crystal ball and see what happens." She went there. She took a few minutes looking at the crystal ball. She said he has many weaknesses, and mm, she read his palm um, to see better what is going to happen with him. Um, I forgot the meaning of fortunate teller.
Okay, well, keep going. Just do the
Okay,
rest of them.
all right. She made an observation saying that really important things and exciting things is going to happen in his life if he believes, and he took her. She took tarot cards, and she said, "Okay, choose one." And he takes one card, and she says, "Can you see? This is a really mystical card, and it's going to show like give you good luck." And uh, what else? It's a supernatural card, and I have a lot of these cards here, so you can. What
Keep
else?
going. I just want
Okay.
you to don't forget your idiom.
Yeah, I know.
Keep going.
Okay. She got some really weird thing with a really weird shape, and then it was a mold of a key. She said, "Okay, I can give you a house. I have a lot of money here, and so I can give you a house and some money to help you. You have to work for me for a few years, so never stop dreaming." That's really
Okay.
weird. Okay. I don't know what else I can say. I said cards already.
Okay.
Um, I forgot the meaning of Christolomancy. Okay. Mm, uh,
Okay, I'm going to stop here
okay.
because we're running out of time and we get to the top of the hour.
Okay.
So as we get to the top of the hour, we'll talk about what we did today. And for those of you who are new to my class, such as Matthew's, the purpose is just to keep you talking without thinking in your native tongue. The
Mhm.
stories that we generated did not have to necessarily make any real sense, but I wanted you to have a general idea of how to use the vocabulary words. And the more we use the words, eventually the stories will become more meaningful and useful, as well as the vocabulary. So it is an activity that forces you to speak quickly, but pronounce the words as you speak. So I hope that you all enjoyed this little activity. And those of you who want more in-depth training, of course, that's available as a private class, but I'm happy to bring this to you as a part of the Verbling Windows forum. All right, Bruno, what would you like to say today? And is it you, Bruno, that want to ask me about grammar when I tell you that I'm not the grammarian and it takes away from my having to think about the grammar? I don't want to think about whether something is a verb or a noun or an adjective or anything. I just want to talk because I know how to say it, but if I've got to explain it, I don't know how to explain it to you in a way that may make sense. So I don't like to just answer, yes, it's a verb, no, it's not. I want to give you explanations as to why I think, because you may have another comment to make about it or whoever is asking. So keep in mind when you're coming to my sessions that I'm not the grammarian, I'm just the coach for speaking conversational English. Okay, final words, anyone? Who would like to have the final words? I have another class following this one immediately, so we will need to end in 3 minutes. Continue.
I just want to say something.
Yes.
I really like this kind of class because every time I'm trying to speak English, I think a lot. How to use the correct word, the correct grammar, and so forth. And
Well, I can tell you that when you're speaking to a native English person, we're not thinking about which word comes first. We just speak. And it may come out incorrectly, but as long as you're understanding what is said, then that's good. And I will tell you that when you learn how to speak, this is what most language learners need. You need the opportunity to practice speaking, not reading. But
Yeah.
reading is good, but you've got to be able to get the words out of your mouth in order to speak in an uncontrolled manner. You don't have a script when you are speaking naturally. You don't have
Sure.
anything to say, so you have to be able to think on your feet. Did you like palmist reading? What is a palmist? Oh, a palmist is someone who tells the fortune. Okay, I got to get the last words before we go, though. But thank you very much, Nasib. Narelle,
Well,
final words?
Thank you very much. Wonderful class, wonderful teacher, and wonderful classmates. Everything is perfect. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. Matthews, final words?
He said, "Thank you for the class. Really cool. I enjoyed it."
Okay, fantastic. Bruno, final words?
Thank you again.
Okay, guys, gotta run. Take care. See you on
Thank
the
you.
fly.
See
Bye.
you. Bye,
Bye.
teacher. Bye.
Bye-bye.